Welcome to Friday Night Chats with Garage Geek. I hope everybody had a great week. I actually didn't make a Friday night chat video last weekend. I think it's because I did a live stream, or it was because I was moving everything around in my room. I'm still in the process of doing that. I was just really busy because I added some filing cabinets to my room, and I had to actually pick them. Oh, no, somebody delivered them. I was waiting for delivery. I'm going to talk about that later in the video. Now, I've got stuff all around me, as usual. Nothing unusual with that. And I'm not going to kind of do my typical video where I talk about movies that I've watched, because I didn't watch any movies this week. I will talk about a couple books I've read, but they were mostly last week. So I'll probably just mention them and whatever. I'll talk about some books. Now, I got my list here of the things to go over, and it's not in order, so I might be doubling back. Now, I'm going to be using my iPad to show off some photos, and my iPad, of course, was on almost 0%, so I have to keep it plugged in, and it's going to be very awkward because I got to hold it up like this, which is not the normal way I would hold it up. Whatever. I wanted to show this picture because today I was very fortunate that I did not have to go to school. I went to a professional development, and it was a conference, a literacy conference, and it's so nice every once in a while to get a break and go to something like this. I haven't been to this type of PD at professional development in a long time, so it was nice because as soon as we got there, they gave us breakfast. They had coffee and tea and water all day long. They gave us a really nice lunch. There were keynote speakers. There were breakout rooms. So you got to choose which topics you wanted. And it was all centered around literacy and making the curriculum diverse for different types of students. And I really enjoyed all the speakers. I enjoyed the breakout rooms. I actually had 3 books signed, and I wanted to show them off, but I left them in the car. So I'm definitely going to show those next week. One of them is a children's book about a kid who enjoys eating boogers. And I mean, I have to show that one. That's going to be fun. I was reading it because one of the speakers was the author of the book. And as he was speaking, I was reading through it and I was laughing. It was pretty funny. And it's very gross. Oh, so did I show this? So this is me at the conference. They had one of those backdrops and things you could pick up. And you could see, I like this one. I read past my bedtime, and that is absolutely true. Yeah, I had made an appointment with someone who was selling a bunch of records from the 50s and 60s, and she showed pictures of them. So I knew, excuse me, I knew there wasn't anything like amazing, and probably she had already sold a lot of them, and she was selling them for $2 each. So I go to the house after school, and I'm looking around. I hate to do this, but I need sorry about that. I need a cough drop. My throat still isn't all the way 100% from when I was sick. So I went over to the house, and it was obviously the house of a hoarder. You could immediately smell like all the cat urine. And the woman there, she was very nice. She wasn't the hoarder. I think she was trying to help clean it all up. And so she had stuff everywhere. And so when I noticed, the albums, she pulled the albums over. And then afterwards, there were some magazines, like a short stack of magazines. And there were these little records, 45s. There were a lot of Disney ones. But they had a name written all across the cover. And the magazines, a lot of them were like had cat pee all over them. But some of them were, were in okay condition. And there were I pulled out about 5 that I thought were really fun because they were like from the 50s. And one of them had a Norman Rockwell cover. But it was a little bit damaged. But I thought, hey, if it's a couple bucks, I'd buy this. And then she asked, "Is there anything else you collect?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I collect comics." So she actually had about a stack this high that she pulled out, and she immediately said, "Oh, but I priced them and I have them on eBay," and I already knew like, oh, I probably wouldn't be able to buy any. Here's the problem: when people sell things, it's fine. You go in like a garage sale, you're gonna get a good deal. But as soon as people start looking at prices on eBay, it's the prices on eBay are outrageous, and often those are for like things in mint condition. And so she had 9 Dennis the Menace comics, and I was like, she had other ones, and I was like, well, these 9, they were in decent condition. And so I was like, hey, well, if I can't get these, how much for them? And so she's like, let me look them up on eBay. And I was like, what? So she came up with, well, the average is $3 each, so I'll give you $3 each. And I wanted them for $1. I was like, but I'm not the haggling type. And I just thought, see, as soon as somebody looks something up on eBay, it's like the doom for somebody who's going to someone's like a garage sale type deal, because you've made the effort to contact them, to go over there. You should be able to get a deal. But eBay like kills all of that. I wasn't willing to pay $3 for them, and I didn't haggle. That was a long story, right? I didn't take any of the magazines because she looked them up and she wanted, I think I had like 5 to 7 magazines, and she wanted $45 for them. And I thought, well, $45, that would be if they were in mint condition. They weren't magazines that I really wanted that badly. And so I passed those up. But if they had been a couple, like $1 or $2, I would have bought them, because I think that's what they were worth. But anyways, I did end up sorry about that. I did end up getting 20 albums. So I spent $40 there. And that's what I was there to get anyway. Now, she wanted $2 an album. I think a lot of these are dollar albums, but finding albums for $1 is getting increasingly difficult. They're still out there, but I figured, well, I'm here. I might as well buy some albums. So I'm going to show them off. Now, the first one I got was Louis Prima. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting rid of all of these. And I'm going to put them in new sleeves. And where necessary, I'm going to clean them. But look, this is a really nice album for $2. Now, I don't know the condition of the actual vinyl. I will look at that later. But yeah, I thought that was cool. Here is another one that I got for $2, which is Pop Hits of the Classics. And you can see the statue has a cigarette, and they're giving it a Beatles cut. So Ted Heath and his music. I don't see any Beatles music on here, though. There is I'm Always Chasing Rainbows, which is a song I actually really like. So I don't know why they have that Pop Hits from the Classics. But yeah, that's weird. There's no Beatles stuff on here, but okay. But I thought that was a cool cover for $2. I'm going to put these to the side as I'm doing this. Here's another one in these old sleeves. I'm going to go ahead and pull that off. And we have this Billy Butterfield, The Golden Horn. And this is the greatest trumpet hits. That's probably not going to be that good. Love theme from La Strada. Okay. Oh, Mine Papa. Oh, Daddy. All right. This one didn't have a cover. This one was a little bit more beat up. A lot of them also had these little stickers on, which I have to remove. But I wanted it for those stripes. I mean, look at that. Awesome cover. Featuring Ray Aberle Serenade. Oh, I guess featuring a Ray Aberle Serenade. I don't know what this is. Is that the name of the album? Featuring a Ray Aberle Serenade? I don't know. But that cover is friggin' awesome. Now, this next one, I try not to buy anything with a split seam. Nothing. But this one I've been wanting for a long time, and I found it with the split seam. And I figured, well, just get this one until you could get a better one. And it's this Jackie Gleason with, I'm going to get rid of this. Look at that. And, you know, that's reminiscent of Salvador Dali, right? But look at that cool cover. But again, you know, you got this split seam. I might try to fix that. They have, I can't say that, seam split tape that you kind of slide in and you do it. So I might have to order that. But yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, there's Salvador Dali right there. I didn't notice that. Lonesome Echo. Oh, it's even, not really, but it's signed by Dali. Maybe that's one of his paintings. It certainly looks like a Salvador Dali painting. I'm not sure. So I don't know. Would you have bought that for $2 with the split seam? Next, we have this. Let's get rid of this horrible record sleeve. Great movie hits of the 40s. Oh, this one's snagged. Let me get rid of it. Great movie hit. Oh, look at how nice it is without that. Great movie hits of the 40s. That was a cool cover. This one I almost didn't buy. I didn't like it. It was one of the iffy ones. Sentimental Love Songs of World War II, Art Mooney and his orchestra. In fact, let me just get rid of this. Maybe it'll look better without the plastic. So, I mean, it's a nice cover. Yeah, you know what I do? I like it. They're just sitting there schmooching. Here is Sammy Kaye and his orchestra. See, look how dingy it looks. So let's get rid of that sleeve. These are actually in nice condition. And you can't tell because these sleeves are so dingy. But yeah, Sammy Kaye, Dreamy Serenade. Sammy Kaye and his orchestra. I can dream, can't I? You just go right ahead and do that. Okay, let me put these to the side. Here is, this one didn't have a sleeve. Buddy Morrow, Night Train Goes to Hollywood. Look at that. Remember, you can always comment on which ones you like, which ones you don't like. This one, maybe I could have put aside. It's not the traditional cover of art, but I like the sepia image of this one. And this, what does it say? In London, in love. Strings and orchestra. I know so many people, if in the VC, if you're watching this, are just rolling. Like, who would buy these things? Oh, Garage Geek does. I will buy you trash. Just go ahead and hoard it, and then no, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. All right, this one. Let's get rid of this. This is Bing Crosby. Look at how cool this Bing Crosby album is. Look at that, and it's called A Musical Autobiography with Buddy Cole and his trio. So he sings the songs in this order. There's a lot of songs there. I don't think he's probably talking in the middle of the in between. All right, next one. Oh, this thing is so grungy. Ugh. So this one is Glenn Miller meets the Dorsey Brothers in percussion. This is a weird cover. I don't know what this is. It looks like some kind of domino is falling. I don't know. It, for some reason, is reminding me of something in Olympus. I just don't know. Sorry, I've got about maybe 8 more. Ew, these bags are so gross. Okay, so I'm going to take this one off. Let's get rid of this dingy cover. Oh, look at that beauty. Wow, I got some good albums. This is the Boston Pops with Arthur Fiedler. I got a bunch of his stuff. Stardust. This is going to be good. Look at that. So cool. Now, this one was another of the ones that I was iffy about. So it's a nice drawing, and it's Jeanette MacDonald smiling through. To be honest, I remember I've seen some Jeanette MacDonald movies, and she's kind of like an operetta type, like voice. I don't know. It could be interesting. So, yeah. Look at this next one. Romantic Rendezvous. And this is Steve Allen. I'm going to get rid of that. Ooh, it looks nice. Look. Oh, wait. I didn't even notice there was a guy there. I just saw the woman. So, yeah. That is a romantic rendezvous. Where are they? Oh, they're at the beach. Or the dunes. Yeah, those dunes look fake. They look like covers. But, hey, that's still a cool album cover. Okay, next we have Ray Anthony and his orchestra. The Dream Girl. Get rid of this. Let's see the Dream Girl. What do you think? I don't know about this one. It's nice. Maybe. I like it. Oh, look at the back. Oh, the back has a sketch. That's so cool. A lyrical tribute to the bewitching image of youth. Now, I know you guys want to listen to that one. This was another iffy one because it's dirty, right? And it didn't have a cover. I'm hoping I can clean it up. I don't think I can, but I thought I'd give it a try. The best of Johnny Mercer, with the Pied Pipers and Paul Winston's orchestra. Oh, on the Atchison to Pecan, the Santa Fe, Zippity Doo Dah. Yeah, there you go, Johnny Mercer. Capitol Records. I have 3 more. This one is Paul Weston, Music for My Love. Man, there's a lot of these orchestra albums that are so cool. Oh, wait, this one is stuck. The horrible plastic doesn't want to come off. Sorry. Here we go. It's almost like an unboxing. I got a stack of, like, ew, look at my fingers. They're getting dirty. What do you think about this one? This is a little plain, but it's still pretty. That's a Capitol Records too. Now, this one I think I have, but I didn't want to pass it up. I'm not sure. So, if I have this one, someone in the VC is going to get this as a present. Ray Anthony Plays for Dream Dancing. Look at how cool that is. That is so awesome. Look at his floating head. Jack Kirby did it, and here's Ray Anthony. And finally, this one is, I don't know why I got this one actually. Red Skelton conducts a 36-piece orchestra and a program of imaginative expressions in music as time goes by, seen from a summer place. Look, so there he is, Red Skelton. I probably shouldn't have gotten this one. It's not that great. So I'm going to go ahead and take the, yeah. $2 each. Okay, so you saw my $2 albums. What do you think? I don't know. I spent, I think I got 20 albums, so I spent $40 on that. All right. When I got home today, I went a couple of places after. I went to a comic book shop after that, but it's coming up. But I'm going to kind of follow this list so that I don't forget anything. But everything's out of order. It's just kind of like my life. When I got home, I had... Sorry, I'm bouncing everything around. I had a package waiting for me from Captain Strangelife. Now, this was so unexpected. So he said that he had a bunch of Lawrence Block books that were signed and asked me if I wanted them. I'm like, sure. I just recently found out about Lawrence Block, and I've read 2 of his books. And they're actually in here. That was so cool. And I have the 3rd one in my queue. So it's like my number 3 book that I'm going to read. So I'll probably get to it within a week or a week and a half. So he sent me a box of books. And they're all signed, of course, by Lawrence Block. And there we have it. Now, they have stickers on them. And I'm sorry, Captain Strangelife, but those stickers got to go. I hate stickers. They're going. But look, they're all signed like that by Lawrence Block. So I guess, you need that sticker to know it's autographed, but I know it's autographed. If when I'm dead, nobody knows that it's autographed, that doesn't matter to me. Sorry. Somebody who gets these books, they're going to find out that they're signed. Here is Time to Murder and Create. I think this is the 2nd book in the series. And I read that one, so that was so cool. I actually have 2 copies of that one. So if anybody is interested in a Lawrence Block signed copy, well, you could beg Garage Geek, and maybe I'll send it to you. Here is Tanner's 12 Swingers. He's got 12 swingers. And this one, of course, is autographed. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yep, there it is. So cool. I'm going to be talking about the latest book that I'm actually listening to right now, and Lawrence Block does the intro to it. And it was a great introduction. So here's an example. So he sent me Sins of the Fathers. Now, I believe this is the first in the Matthew, what is it called? Matthew Scudder novels. Now, look, I already took this off. I don't like, and it's got a residue where the sticker was. I don't know if you can see that. Yes. So I'm going to be using Lightly Goo Gone. It will get rid of it. So Captain Strangelove, I hope you don't mind, but I don't like stickers on books. Like this sticker here, that's got to go. And here is there is the signature. I hope you don't mind that, but yeah, I don't like stickers on things, if at all possible. The next one was 8 Million Ways to Die with another sticker on it. I'm looking forward to reading. All of these are Matthew Scudder books. And like I said, I read 2 of them, and I'm going to be reading the 3rd. And I've enjoyed both of them that I've read. And I heard they get better. And the last book was random. I don't know if he meant to send this to me or not, but I'm so glad he did. It's Tea and Sympathy by Robert Anderson. And look at that cool cover. Now, I have to read you what it says. The famous story of a student who needed love and the married woman who dared to give it to him. That's not okay. Oh, my goodness. So that is so cool. And on the back, it's Awakening. I'm going to show you. Look at those 2. Now, I guess this is based on a movie. Oh, no. It's based on a film and a Broadway play. So Broadway, probably book, Broadway play, film. I don't know about that. Okay, I'm talking out of my you-know-what there. I have no idea. So, Captain Strangelove, thank you so much. Now, Captain Strangelove and I have been talking about doing a live stream for a week or 2. Now, he's going through a lot, so everybody send him your thoughts. And if you're religious, send him your prayers. I'm hoping that we can do a live stream on Sunday. I'm actually going to show off the stuff that I was going to show on the live stream because it's not 100% sure yet. But I would finally like the opportunity to do a live stream with Captain Strangelove. I think that would be so cool. And I want to, I, of course, will be thanking him again for these awesome books. Now, last week, there was a lot going on in my life. And at school. And I took one of the first mental health days that I think I've ever taken in my career. I needed the time off. I was feeling very unhappy with things going on in my house, things going on at school. And this whole situation in my garage, it really was becoming a hoarding situation where I just had boxes and boxes everywhere. And so I finally decided to do something. So somebody was getting rid of 2 lateral filing cabinets. And they wanted, I think they wanted $100 initially for both. And so I asked them if they would take 20 or 40 each. I don't know. But they look like this, right? This is the picture of it. Here, let's see if it'll flip around. Very, very nice cabinets. And I wanted 3 drawers because I wanted them in the middle of my room right here and with a flat surface so I could put things on. And I didn't want a 4-drawer one because it would block the comics, all these shelves that go around. I'm hoping to do a room tour after I get all this settled up. And they had 2, and they were just alike. But they were on the 8th floor of an office building downtown. And I could pick up one at a time. But I didn't want to do that. I mean, that would be like a full day for me, going downtown, trying to find parking, getting that. I was like down for 8 stores, even though I had an elevator. It was hard to park. And so I was thinking, maybe I could find a truck, someone, because I've used that service before. And I started looking, and it was very, very expensive. And finally, I was talking with someone about a different one of these. And she's like, why don't you look up the service Dolly? And I was like, oh, thank you. So I looked it up, and I was able to arrange for that company to go pick up both of these. And it ended up costing $135. And I thought, it's a lot of money, but for my peace of mind and just to get everything going, I need to pay the money and get those cabinets here so that I could start rearranging this room. And of course, I gave a $40 tip. So they ended up being almost $100 each cabinet, but they were delivered here. The problem was they were delivered, and I actually had to take them from the outside and get them into this room. And man, my back didn't like that. But once I got these 2 cabinets in this room, I realized that they were huge. I didn't understand, but I knew these cabinets come in 38, I think, or 32 width. Here, let me see so 32 or 42. And I wanted the 42 ones. And I was just lucky that those were the 42 ones. The people warned me they're gigantic. And I didn't, I was like, well, okay, I pick them up. I know how big they are. But these were the 42 inch ones. And what's great about the 42 inches is that they can fit 5 rows of comics versus 4. The other one that I have is only, like I said, the 38, and they only fit 4 rows of comics, like going across. I'll show you. So I was so happy and surprised. So here's what they look like in the drawer, right? So you can get 5 rows. Now, this is without dividers. I'm going to put dividers in there. And there is extra space. And what I found out is you can actually put magazine size books in these drawers. And I actually took my magazine boxes and I put most of my magazines in those drawers. And wow, is it nice. And so I'm in the process now of taking all my comics and putting them by company and putting them in order. It's a gargantuan task, but it's a labor of love that I love it. So first, it's getting them into the cabinets and then moving them around and everything like that. And so finally, the people who were selling the cabinets, they were moving their businesses. And they were like, if you take these out, we're just going to give them to you for free. And so I already told you what I paid the moving company. And so since they were free, and I would only have to pay the moving company, so that's when I really decided to go ahead and do it. Now, unfortunately, they were supposed to drop it off between 2 and 4, but they kept asking for an extension. I don't know why. They didn't get here till about 7 or 7:30 at night. So the first day was kind of spent, but that was the day that I had off. But I was moving boxes all over the place to get them ready for those cabinets. Now, I'm sorry. I think I might have told that story last week. I'm not sure. Oh no, because I didn't have a whatchamacallit. My fingers are dirty and I'm putting them near my mouth. That's gross. Okay, so I'm going to try not to do that. So I didn't tell you that because I didn't have a chat last week. So I've decided that I'm going to do some other things to make this room better. And so one of the things was I wanted to get some of these books on bookshelves. So I bought 32-inch long bookshelves that could be on the wall, that you could drill into the wall. And I have a space over by the door. And what I used to have is I had six records in record frames. And I thought, well, the space would be better used for the books because I could get the books off. And I wanted them especially for my DAWs. And so hanging these shelves it took me a few hours. But I finally did it. I'm just not, that mechanically inclined. And so that's what it looked like. That's the space. And I put up the 2 shelves. And then there they are with the 4 shelves. And I can't really go lower because of the light fixture and the plugs, because it's a garage. For some reason, the garage, they're not allowed to be at the floor. Maybe for flooding or something, they have to be in the middle. I don't know how that works. And so here I am. I'm putting my DAWs. I'm starting to load them up. And that's what it looked like the first night. I just started filling up the shelves. Of course, I have more DAWs. They're actually up here in boxes, and so I have to get them out. But in the meantime, I put those up, and I put 2 rows of videotapes. My husband said, I don't like the videotapes here, and I agreed with him. But this row looks very nice. So I did, let's see, is there another picture? So I did switch it around a little bit, but it's still not done. So what do you think of my bookshelves? Like I said, that actually took a few hours. And I actually have 2 more bookshelves that I need to find somewhere to put those bookshelves. Next. This is going to be controversial, maybe. I have been admiring people who use blind science labels. Now, the blind science labels are, you can buy these backing boards. And you can buy these labels that go, and you can use them to divide your comics. And I didn't realize how tiny they are. Like, they are tiny, but they're so cool. And so I bought these dividers. You have to buy the longer ones. Okay, so if anybody wants to do this, when you buy the BCW ones, they have to be the extra long ones. They're about this much higher, and they make these really stick up. But when you use them, they're just, look how cool these are. There's for the Alex Ross heroes and the villains. And I actually have to order more of these to use all that. Now, I have to tell you that, there's my Commandy. You don't need to see all these. But when you use the lateral files, these fit. When you use the other type of files, the more traditional files, they don't fit. The comics actually kind of almost rub along the top sometimes when you're closing the drawers. And that's another reason I don't recommend, if you're just getting into using filing cabinets, don't buy the ones that, oh God, do I have a picture of them? I think they're called letter files. You can fit 2. They're deeper, but they don't have a lot of space at the top. But the lateral files, they're not as deep, but they're very smooth opening, and you have more room at the top, so you can actually put magazines, and you can put these dividers. I can't put these in my other filing cabinets. So it's, now why is it controversial? I said, oh, it's controversial. They're $1 a label. And so I went ahead, I hope my husband's not listening to this. I went ahead and bought 50. I wanted to try them out. I've been dying to try them out. I've seen them in other people's videos. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to take the plunge. And I ordered 50 different ones. It was fun going through the website. It's called Blind Science. Blind Science. It was fun going through the websites picking. But I think it was either Donald Rex or Captain Strangelove who, because I sent them a video of it. I sent a bunch of people the video because I've been proud of everything I've been doing. It's really like kind of rejuvenated me this week and made me feel really good. Although I still have a lot of work to do. They're like, wow, that's too expensive. And I said, my reason is, you know what? I'm going to have to spend a little bit of money because I really want my collection to finally pop. I want to be proud of all the stuff that I have. And I want to do a room tour. I've been trying to do a room tour forever. Larry's Library has asked me to do a room tour. I think he's given up because he asked me like 2 years ago. And he's like, when's the room tour? Like, I can't do it. It's just, it looks so bad. But it's going to be better. And I'm hoping within like a month that I can do a room tour. So I was going to show you what they look with the dividers. Where do I have the picture? Didn't I bring the picture of the dividers? Uh-oh, maybe I didn't do it. Sorry, this is dead air. I thought I had brought... Okay, I didn't. So sorry about that. I actually took a picture of what they look like with the dividers in the drawers, and they look sharp. So sorry about that. I'll have to show that later. Now, I also... There's one more thing that I don't think I wrote on my list, but I'm going to do it now. Another thing that I wanted is that I want to decorate these. And I thought it's metal. And what I need is, I used to have comics up on my wall, and I have this like plastic thing where you could put the comics in and out. And it was so difficult to get up on a step ladder every time I wanted to change them, to pull them in and pull them out. And especially the ones near to the ceiling, I would have to almost bend the comics to get them in and out. And I hated that. It hurt my back. And so right now I changed it, and over here I have 6, and 6 over here where you actually, there's just, I glued a little shelf to the wall, and they just rest on the shelf. But I wanted to be able to show off comics on the fronts of these, and I have 2 of them. And so I said, I need something magnetic. And so what I did was I bought a whole bunch of silver top loaders so that they could take regular. And they do have golden age ones. They're a little bit more expensive, so I wanted to try the silver ones first. And what I did was I bought these, where are they? Sorry, they're these magnets. I got everything. Oh, here they are. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now. I bought these magnets, and they just come in like I don't know, a stack of them. And what I did was I cut them, although I could have used a full magnet if I needed more strength. So I cut them and I stuck it to the back of the top loader, and then I'm able to just stick it right on. And then you can slide your comic right into the top loader for display. Now, when it comes to, so I use Mylar a lot. So when it comes to Silver Age comics, you can slide them in here, but not with Mylar. So that's one disadvantage of that. So maybe when I have my golden ones, the Silver Age with Mylar will slide in there. Like this is a regular comic with Mylar, and it slides right in. And I am going to show it what it looks like with now that I have it decorated. Well, it's asking for my face. Now it's asking for my code. Okay, hold on. Dead air again. I'm always afraid of dead air. Sorry, everybody. Okay, so this is what it... As I was doing it, I was just grabbing random comics because normally I'll have a theme. But I was just trying it out as I was putting them up. So there they are. And then here's what it looks like with all of them. Okay, so like I said, I need to come up with a theme, and I need to center them better. But this is what I'm doing. I'm getting rid of all these boxes and transferring the comics here. And I don't know. What do you think about that? So that's with the magnets and the top loaders. They're very easy to take off and put on, and they're very easy to change comics, you know, for... I don't know, whenever you want. Like, what I would like to do first off is I would like to put in all Alex Ross heroes and villains and show those off. And I think when I do that, it's going to look very cool. All right. So that was another project that I did. So I've been ordering a lot of stuff because I want this room looking snazzy. Okay. Something else. I have to show the comics that I bought. So I was bad after the training today. I went to the house where I bought the records, and in Alhambra there is a really nice comic book store, and they have a lot of good back issues. It's like the only comic book store around that has a really good selection of back issues. And what they do, I don't know why they do this, but they always just put the price, and everything's always half off in the bins. And so you're gonna see what I bought, but you have to remember it's half the price. So I bought a Spectacular Spider-Man that I don't have. I'm trying to get the full Sal Buscema run. I still like saying Sal Buscema. Sorry, Larry's Library. And then this one was $2.50. I bought the Weird Worlds of Tarzan. This one was $3. I bought a Power Man that I'm missing, number 30. Look, and it's in pretty nice shape. And that one was $4. Yeah, I love that cover. Then this one, they have some sets there. And this one is called Masquerade, and it's a 4-issue series from Dynamite. And the reason I got these is because of the Alex Ross covers. Now, I'm not opening it up yet, but I'm a big Alex Ross fan. And for $4 for 4 issues, Alex Ross, I'm like, yep, I'm going to get them. Next, I got another Tarzan weird. This bag is annoying. I got 2 of them, right? They both have red covers. This one was $5. And this one was $4. Oh, no. They were both $5. Yeah, I mean, aren't these cool? Next, I bought a Superboy. And I believe this is a Neil Adams cover. This one was also $5. Dad, it's all my fault. Look at this horrible car crash. Notice there's no blood. I don't think they were allowed to put blood on the comics. But look at Superboy crying, throwing. That is a cool Neil Adams cover. Yeah, look at that. I really need to get this in a better bag. It's gonna pop in a Mylar. So recently I bought a bunch of spirits. And DC Comics put out a line of spirit comics. And they were calling it the First Wave. And I didn't realize, but there is a first wave of, I guess it's the Spirit, Doc Savage, and Batman together. And I was like, wow, I really want that. And I found it. They had it for issues 1 through 6 plus the special for $7.50. So I went ahead and grabbed that. Now, I was just very curious about this series, and I think there's also one more. I need to get the Doc Savage series now. This one was so cool. I need another throat lozenge. My throat is hurting. This one was originally $35, so it was $17. And this is Justice 1 through 12. And they all have Alex Ross covers, I believe. 12 issues of Justice. Now, I might have a couple of these, but to get the entire run for $17, 12 issues, I was like, I'm going to do it. You could probably find a lot of these in the dollar bin, but it was nice just getting them all together and just having all of these. Maybe I'll put these in that display first. And then I've never bought one of these before, but this is the magazine back issue. And this one is I believe it's November 2024. Maybe it's not the most recent, but it's number 155. And it deals with the old horror comics from DC and Eerie and Marvel. And I guess these things, they have a lot of articles with a lot of, pictures of the magazine, the comics. So I'm looking forward to reading through these. And I'm wondering if any of you out there collect this magazine, and what do you think of it? I thought I would try it just because it had a topic that I'm interested in. And I always say this, so many of the people that I deal with on YouTube know so much more than me. They're always very gracious, but they must know I'm a complete idiot when it comes to a lot of these things. I just pick up comics and say, ooh, that's pretty, I want it. but they always know who the, the writers are, who the author, the inkers, the colorists, the artists. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I really do need to broaden my knowledge. And I can get rid of this stupid bag. So maybe back issues would help me. Next. So that was a comic. Books and sleeves. All right. There is a YouTuber named Gary Lavosi. And he puts out a lot of really fun videos. He has a lot of old paperbacks, and he's always showing them off. He always gets the latest issue of Paperback magazine and other magazines, and he shows them off. And he's fun. I'm really bad with putting links in videos. I think I need to put a few links in this video. You'll see why, because I've got other people to mention. But he did a video, I don't know if it's recent or not, which is called "To Bag or Not to Bag," and he shows in that video the different ways that he bags his comics. Okay, I'm back. Wow, I'm in the back, and from the front, a woman was running down the street. She wasn't running, she was walking, and she was screaming. What happened was I heard that, and I ran into the house. I thought my foster children were like beating each other up, or someone got hurt, and they were screaming. So I ran in to find out what was going on. Everybody was fine. So by the time I checked on everybody, I went out. The woman was about a block and a half away, and I could see that she was fine. She's just in some kind of like screaming distress. And there was a woman about a block behind her filming her. I don't know what's going on. I didn't feel like I should run up there and get involved because she seemed fine. She didn't seem injured. She was just screaming. And I don't know if it was an act. They were like filming something. I have no idea. But if I had thought that she was in danger or in trouble, then obviously I would have gone. But it was freaky. I don't know, you could see my reaction. I was like, something's wrong. So I just ran. Even my neighbor came out and he was like, what was that? I was like, there's a woman. Like, I explained what I saw. So I was I was talking about Gary Lavosi and his, you know what, this is going to suck because now that it's in 2 parts, I'm going to have to put it together and I'm going to have to download it. And it's going to take longer to get processed. Because normally when I do a video, I could just automatically upload it, when it's a Friday night chat. So anyways, I was talking about Gary Lavosi. He had a video about to bag or not to bag. And he was showing what he does for his books. And he was giving a recommendation. So I tried it, and I actually really, really like it. Now, I've been dealing with how to bag books for a long time. You can actually buy books to put bags in. And so this is what a book looks like, without a bag. Okay, whatever, right? Then you put one in a bag, and it looks okay, right? But it's never been satisfying to me. I don't like all of this. And so he showed a way where you can bag the books and they look like this. And I had tried this before. I actually did this with this one. And it involved me taping up every corner. And they come out really nice, but it was a lot of work. And so, and still, it's a little bit loose. But I tried his way and I really like it. So this is one that I did. And number 1, isn't that a cool book? The Thin Man. I love these small books. I want more of them. I just think they're so cool. And so here's Dashiell Hammett's The Thin Man. It costs 35 cents, and here's how it looks in his way of doing it. So what you do is you take a comic book bag, you slide this in, you make a little cut here, up, over, and down, and you flap it like that. And even though there's going to be a little cut here, there's going to be an air hole, it's going to be a lot nicer. Now, you still get a little bit of that. And so I did end up applying a little bit of tape. So I did a couple more, like this one I put tape around again, and I think it turned out very nice. I have this type of tape. If you use, and the good thing about the way you do this is all you have to do is take off the tape and you can pull the book out just like from a comic book bag. So it's pretty nice. And I did a few more. I kind of like, I really like this. I'm going to save this one for last. So, I think I showed that. So I have this one. I did this one for a reason because I actually have 2 copies of it. And this is the one that I don't like. And then I used this. So what do you think of Gary Lavosi's system for bagging books? Gary Lavosi, I know you don't know me. I don't think I've ever commented. Maybe I've commented on your videos once or twice, but I do watch your videos. And I'm using something, and so thank you. This is really cool. So here's the new way. I also want to point out that this one is a 40-cent book, and this one is 50 cents. So different printings. All right. Moving on. Yeah, I'm going over a lot in this video. Sorry, it's really long. This is Music is doing a 1K subs contest, and he's got 1,000 subs. And in his contest, he wants to know what your unpopular opinion is. So I need to think about that. I flippantly wrote Jimi Hendrix is overrated. That's my very unpopular opinion. Since he deals a lot with like a darker, heavier music, there's going to be a lot of that stuff in there. Like maybe I should write something about At the Gates, honestly, for the torture that all of those people put me through. But I got to come up with something better. But anyways, This Is Music is doing a 1K subs contest. Last weekend, I did a live stream with Donald Rex and Sleepy Reader. So if you're interested in that, you could go ahead and watch the live stream. On YouTube, you have to click a different tab to see live streams. Mark Morris this week showed off some Beatles flexi discs. And man, those are cool. I recommend that you watch Mark Morris's video to see those. They're like little pieces of plastic that were given away to the fan club for their Christmas specials. That's pretty neat. In my last video, I don't know why, but I like to say Urethra Franklin. And I guess like a friend of mine wrote like, Urethra, why are you writing that? And then someone, they didn't seem mad, but they wrote, I don't think it's, like your Aretha would like very much that you're constantly calling her urethra. I don't know why. I try to be so good, but every once in a while I want to do a bad thing. So I think the worst thing I've ever done, well, sometimes I've done bad things and then I've either edited it or I've taken the video down completely. So it is disrespectful to call Aretha Franklin urethra. I don't know why I like doing it. I don't think it's that horrible, but it is disrespectful, so maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't know. I still like doing it. I don't know why. I just like doing it. All right. Larry's Library recently put out 10 must-have Omnis. He does, I think his Tuesday videos are top 10s. And he recently did the top 10 Omnis that he would like to see put out in the near future. It was a fun video. I don't buy Omnis, but it's interesting to see what's being put out. Son of Crom is selling or auctioning off his Batman #1. Crazy that he owns a Batman #1. And I guess he already has found someone to take it. I'm trying, I guess, to do a live stream with him. He reached out to me. we might try to set up a live stream that is on a regular basis, but not every single week. And the idea behind it is going to be old man stuff. But I do want to say that in his most recent video, I'm not sure if he changed his name. I think it's still Sonocrom. But in the most recent video, he put a huge list of comic channels in his description. It's almost like an encyclopedia of comic channels. So he wants more. He wants to keep adding to it. But yeah, I mean, check that out. Even if you don't watch his video, watch his video. But check out the description, and it's just this gigantic list. And finally, I'm at the final thing, which is the books that I read. And I'm not going to spend much time, and then I'll probably speak 10 minutes, right? I want to make sure... Oh, so there's a couple things that I forgot. As I was driving to work one day this week, I don't know if you could see it. This cord, let me flip it around. I don't know if you could see it, but do you see that fog? And what happened was, as you were driving, like I had to drive right through it, and as you drove into the fog, you just got covered in it. Fog probably isn't that rare in other parts of the country, but in Los Angeles, it is. And so that was cool. So I just kept, I was driving and getting closer and closer, and it was coming up. And it looked like that, like a wall. And I have another picture of it as I was getting closer to it. So you can see that. But then, you went right into it and surrounded by it. It was pretty cool. Oh, wait, let me show the picture longer. I need to do that. So there you go, as we were driving to go into the fog. And are there any other pictures that I missed? Oh, so the brewery that I really like, they have some new cans that I need to get, and they've also posted their future cans. So here's one. Tiki Tinny, something like that. So that's going to be the beer label. What do you think about that one? And then this one I really, really want. This one is going to be called Dead Space. I should probably tell what kind of beer it is. It's a New England style hazy IPA. That doesn't mean anything to me. I just want the art. And the other one was a sour ale. For those of you that drink beer, I just drink it and then get a headache. And then they advertised this one, Lucky Bunny with the Chainsaw. And this one is going to be a hazy IPA. Oh, that one's like almost 8%. And then next one is a West Coast IPA. It's 7%. And it's called Chatterbox. I can't wait to have these cool labels. And finally, LA Strong, a West Coast IPA. LA Strong. So sometime in the near future, I'm going to be showing off all these beer cans that I get. All right, back to the books. The books that I read. Oh, no, there's a couple comics I wanted to show off. Look at this crazy comic. I would love to have this one. Doll Man. The Redskins Scalp Crime. What? And look at this giant axe. I guess he's small because he's a doll man. Duh. And he's carrying this giant unwieldy axe. What a crazy comic that is. And horribly racist. I don't know why I want it. Here's another comic I want. I didn't even know about this one. What a cool cover that one is. Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Guilty. And it's a newspaper. And look at them. That's a cool... I've got to get that comic. Recently, I found this book in the free book drop. And I started it, and it's a lot of fun. It's a logic book. So they give you a scenario, and they give you locations, weapons, and features, I think. And you have to, there's a grid, and you have to cross it all off based on all the clues that they give you. So it's like logic and detection. It's kind of fun, and I was really glad to find that in the free book drop, because when I was in Barnes & Noble's, I saw that book, and I was actually thinking of buying it. So that was fortuitous. And I think that covers all the pictures that I'm going to show you. So, I'm not sure if I talked about this. So here is a book, Lawrence Block, Time to Murder and Create. And I guess this one is the second Matthew Scudder book. And I was, my dog is having bad dreams and he's yelping. Sorry, I got to stop. It's okay, baby. It's okay, honey. All right. I liked both the Matthew Scudder mysteries, and to be honest, I'm not remembering what this book is about. So I'm grabbing the book right now. It's called Time to Murder and Create, and I'm hoping one of them isn't in plastic. Oh, here it is. So I'm gonna read the back and figure out what's going on. Small-time stoolie Jake the Spinner Jablon made a lot of new enemies when he switched careers from informer to blackmailer. And the more clients he figured, the more money, and more people eager to see him dead. So no one is surprised when the... Oh, okay. Now I totally remember. So I think I described this book already to you guys. Sorry. This is... Yes, I did. So this is where a guy pays Matthew Scudder to hold an envelope. And he says, hey, if I die, I need you to open the envelope. And in it is information about 3 people that he's been blackmailing. And he was basically saying, if I'm dead, it's one of these 3. Find out who did it. It was a good book. I really enjoyed it. And this is my autograph copy. Thank you, Captain Strangelife. Next, I read Citizen of the Galaxy by Robert A. Heinlein. This is a kind of young adult book, but as Sleepy was saying, I probably shouldn't put his words into my video, but he says something like he appreciates how Heinlein would write a young adult novel, but not treat the book like he wouldn't patronize to kids. He would write it as if they were adults, but just dealing with young adult ideas. And that's very true. This was the story of a young boy who, in the beginning of the book, he is bought by a beggar. No one would buy him on a world where there's slavery. And it's this boy's story of how he goes from being a slave to being someone with a lot of wealth and power, and what he can do basically to stop the slave trade that's going on in the universe. It was a really nice book. This one was recommended to me either by oh my gosh, I think two people could have recommended this book to me, and I don't want to say the wrong one, which would be really bad. So gosh, was it Doug Anderson? I'm not sure. Because if I say the 2 names and then it's someone else. Anyways, somebody recommended this book to me. And I'm just drawing a blank as to which one. And I'm struggling because I'm trying to remember the name of the other person. I'm so bad with names. It's horrible. As a teacher, I'm really bad with names. Okay, sorry. I've got to move on. So if you recommended this book to me and I'm not saying your name, I'm really sorry. But I do take your recommendations. I usually put them in my queue, and then when I finally get them. So it's been a couple weeks, I think, since you recommended it. I did enjoy that book. And the next book that I'm reading, which I'm actually not done with, I wanted to finish it from today, is Richard Stark's Comeback. So this is the 17th Parker novel. And I guess there was something like a 15 or a 16-year break between the last one and this one. And this has an excellent introduction by Lawrence Block, so the author of these books. And that's how I became familiar with Lawrence Block, because of his introduction to the Richard Stark books. And he just gives Richard Stark a lot of praise. And then the whole idea of the introduction is when you have a really popular character and you leave the character, he calls them lacunae. So when you leave that character for a certain amount of years, like what would bring you back to that character and why. And he said some really interesting things, like Richard Stark tried to bring this character back a few other times, but it just didn't feel right. Like one of them, he wrote the book being a Parker novel, and it wasn't working because it was too comedic. And he said that didn't fit the tone of Parker. So he totally rewrote the book to give it a different character. And he actually published that, and it was a big hit, and it was even made into a movie. I think it was called Hot Rocks. I'm not totally sure about that. So he waited and waited until he had the right idea for Parker. And I'm like 85% through with the book, and I am really enjoying it. So I'll probably review it again next week. And there you have a really, really long Garage Geek video. And I really didn't have any movies to talk about, not many books. It's just a lot of stuff going on in my desire to get this room into shape. So, as always, if there's anything I said in the video that you want to comment on, please go ahead and do that. Sorry for the interruption, the screaming interruption that we had. I don't know if you could hear it on the video, but maybe you could go to that part and, like, I don't know, turn it up really loud and see if you could hear that person screaming out on the street. It was crazy. Possibly look forward to a video from a live stream video, maybe on Sunday with Captain Strange Life. Maybe a video in the near future with Son of Crom. And everybody that I mentioned in the video, I probably won't put links in the video. I might put one or two. I'm just bad with links that way. I always say that I'm going to do it, and then by the time I publish the video, I don't. So I blathered on enough. Blathered on enough, and I want to again thank all of you for the support.